2 more months to 2026. Be honest with yourself. How close are you to the goals you set for 2025? The savings target, the business idea you said you'd start, the habits you swore you'd finally build. If you're like most people, you probably did something, but not nearly as much as you hoped. And it's not because you're lazy, or maybe you do, but it's because you've been learning the wrong things. See, we were taught that the more knowledge you collect, the further you go. But in reality, the more you absorb without questioning, the more confused you become. You don't need another strategy, another book, another step by step guide. What you need is to unlearn the ideas that quietly keep you stuck. Because 2026 will be a year that divides people between those who adapt fast and those who cling to old rules that no longer work. So, in this video, I'll break down 6 things you must unlearn to get rich in 2026, and why your next level isn't about more tactics, but about letting go of the outdated beliefs that hold you back. Chapter 1. Unlearn work hard equals deserve more. This is the first belief almost everyone inherits. Work hard and you'll be rewarded. But in today's economy, effort doesn't scale, leverage does. You can grind 12 hours a day, but someone using systems, automation, or distribution can do in 1 hour what takes you a week. The system has quietly shifted from muscle to mechanism. You don't get paid for effort anymore. You get paid for impact multiplied by leverage. And yet, so many people are still trying to outwork the algorithm instead of outthinking it, still chasing promotions instead of building platforms, still measuring productivity in hours, not outcomes. The illusion is effort equals value. The truth is, alignment and leverage create exponential value. Unlearning this means changing your self worth equation. You don't deserve more because you suffer more. You earn more when what you create moves the world faster, smoother, or deeper. So stop asking, how can I work harder? Start asking, how can I design systems that work harder than me? The moment you do, you stop trading time for money and start trading clarity for freedom. Chapter 2. Unlearn save first, then invest. Saving used to be smart when money held its value. But in a world where inflation eats your savings faster than you can build it, safety has turned into slow loss. Most people think they're being responsible by saving, but they're really just standing still while the world moves forward. The illusion is saving equals safety. The truth is, uninvested money quietly disappears. You don't build wealth by hoarding, you build it by circulating intelligently. That doesn't mean recklessness, it means purpose. Money is energy. If you don't give it a mission, it will lose direction. Saving is like keeping soldiers in camp forever. They feel safe, but they're doing nothing for you. Unlearning this means making your money earn its own income. Let it buy skills, buy assets, buy systems that buy more time. And if you say, but I don't know where to start, then your next investment is in learning how money actually works. Because the people who stay safe will slowly sink, but those who deploy capital, even imperfectly, will ride the new wave of compounding opportunities in 2026. Chapter 3. Unlearn, wait until you're ready. Most people live their entire lives waiting for clarity, waiting for timing, waiting to feel ready. But readiness is not a state, it's a decision. You don't feel ready and then act, you act, and then feel ready because you've moved. Every big decision, whether to invest, build, or create, comes with doubt. But the people who win aren't the ones who eliminate fear. They are the ones who act while feeling it. The illusion is you need confidence to act. The truth is, confidence is built through action. Think about it. Your first job, your first investment, your first video, you were never ready for any of them. But clarity only appeared after you started. Unlearning this means trusting motion more than certainty. It means realizing that waiting for the right moment is often your fear disguising itself as logic. In 2026, the world will reward speed of adaptation, not perfect preparation. Those who move, learn, and iterate will keep compounding, while those still planning will still be waiting. Chapter 4. Unlearn playing safe equals being smart. Playing it safe feels logical until you realize the world no longer plays by the same rules. The safe path, stable job, slow savings, cautious investing was designed for an era that no longer exists. Safety used to mean stability, now it means stagnation. The illusion is avoiding risk keeps you secure. The truth is avoiding risk guarantees decline. The world is evolving exponentially: AI, automation, decentralization. But your comfort zone grows linearly. That gap is where people get left behind. Unlearning this doesn't mean taking wild bets. It means redefining what risk really is. The real risk isn't losing money, it's losing relevance. It's staying the same in a world that doesn't stop changing. So stop asking, what's the safest path? Start asking, what will keep me growing in the next 5 years? Because the ones who cling to safety will find themselves living in the past, while those who adapt will design their own future. Chapter 5. Unlearn humility means staying small. This one is tricky because it hides behind good intentions. We're taught not to brag, not to take up space, not to show off. We call it humility, but often it's fear: fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being seen as too much. And so we play small. We hide our ideas, we downplay our wins, we shrink to stay likable. But invisibility has a cost: opportunity. You can't inspire people who don't know you exist. You can't attract clients, investors, or collaborators if you never speak your truth. The illusion is quiet equals virtue. The truth is visibility creates opportunity. Unlearning this means learning to show up, not to impress, but to express. To share your truth, not your ego. Because people don't follow perfection, they follow authenticity with courage. And here's the paradox: when you own your worth fully, that's when you become truly humble. Because you no longer need to prove it. In 2026, silence will be expensive. Your ability to communicate your value will be just as important as creating it. Chapter 6. Unlearn money changes people. You've probably heard someone say, money changes you. But that's a misunderstanding. Money doesn't change you, it amplifies you. If you were insecure, money gives you more tools to hide it. If you were generous, money gives you more reach to express it. If you were lost, money magnifies the chaos. The illusion is wealth corrupts. The truth is wealth reveals. That's why so many people unconsciously push it away. They're not afraid of money, they're afraid of what money might expose. Unlearning this means releasing guilt around wanting more. Because wanting wealth doesn't make you greedy, it makes you responsible. It means you want to play a bigger game, to create more impact, to build something that lasts beyond you. Money isn't the enemy, it's a mirror. And how you use it reflects who you've become. So if you want to change how money shows up in your life, don't fight the mirror, change what it's reflecting. Final truth. So let's recap. To get rich in 2026, you must unlearn. Working hard equals deserving more. Saving first guarantees safety. Waiting for readiness. Playing safe means being smart. Staying small equals humility. And that money changes who you are. Each of these once kept you safe, now they keep you stuck. They were the rules of survival in an old world that no longer exists. The new world rewards clarity, adaptation, emotional mastery. Not how much you know, but how much you've unlearned. Because freedom doesn't come from adding more strategies, it comes from removing what blocks your instincts. And the moment you release outdated beliefs, you make room for new wealth to find you. That's what the Money Mirror Playbook is about. Not giving you another tactic, but helping you see your blind spots, your illusions, and the past the system doesn't want you to notice. Because the system wants you to be predictable, but clarity makes you powerful. You can get the Money Mirror Playbook now on Shopify, link in the description. The mirror never lies. The question is, are you brave enough to look and unlearn who you were told to be?